Welcome to East Coast LQ Reviews, and today I have George Dickel. This is the Rye Whiskey, and I'll read some stuff off their website. So the overview on this, it says George Dickel Rye Whiskey is the only rye whiskey finished in the chilled charcoal mellowed style that has made our whiskey distinct. Distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. George Dickel Rye is made from 95% rye and 5% malted barley. It says, our rye is spicy with an exceptionally smooth finish and is a great choice in classic cocktails like the Old Fashioned and Manhattan. So, yeah, like they just said, this is actually one of the only ryes that's charcoal mellowed. If you're familiar with Jack Daniels is a Tennessee sour mash that's charcoal mellowed, and I believe that's the old number 7 is Jack Daniels. George Dickel has an old number 8 recipe, and it's also the same. George Dickel actually is a little cheaper than Jack Daniels. $7.50 is going to cost you around $22. Check online, it's around $22. They have some awards on this. It says Beverage Testing Institute 2013. They got a 91 for exceptional, and Spirit Journal in 2013 they got 4 stars. So specifics, proof. So this is 45% alcohol by volume or 90 proof. The mash bill is 95% rye, 5% malted barley. Char number 4 barrel and number 2 head. So I'm gonna crack this open. And ryes are actually starting to grow on me. I've actually done like 2 or 3 ryes on the channel now, so I believe this is my 3rd one. And I actually already did what's going on with this cap? I already did a George Dickel whiskey. I did the actually the old number 8 Tennessee sour mash. You can check out that on my channel. Oh, I did not know that this was a cork. That's pretty cool. I thought it was twist off. So I'm going to pour it into this nice little Chivas glass. So I'm going to see if I can get some smells off this, some aroma. I can get the cork back in. Yeah, the bottles on these products is wonderful. I mean, look at it. Just a really cool label. And the bottles themselves are just really unique and nice. I just really like them. I just like the look of them. So for the smell, I'm going to go for a smell on this. You get a nice rye spice up front. It's a little rough. It kind of has like a little bit of rubbing alcohol smell to it. Not bad though. Nothing to set you away from it. Yeah, let me see what else I can get on this. I'm not getting much. I'm going to pull something offline. So I believe this whiskey is actually, they advertise this on that show Bar Rescue, so I believe it's actually a really good whiskey. I'm trying to go to an article right now so I can get a few more aromas or smells I could tell you guys about. Some guy's saying he paid around $25 for it. Okay, so right here it says George Dickel Rye is ultra smooth, which I have to attribute to the chilling and charcoal filtering. The rye itself comes from Indiana. Okay, so it is Indiana. The whiskey is chilled before filtering, and it is unbelievably free of harsh notes. So I'm guessing that it's not going to be have any harsh flavor, and I'm guessing that that rubbing alcohol smell I'm kind of getting on the aroma isn't going to come out in the flavor. So even though the company touts it as an ingredient for Manhattans and Old Fashions, I wouldn't bother to cut it at all. So this guy's saying that it is perfectly fine straight, and this can be a good shooter. I wouldn't even use ice. So he's saying he doesn't even pour it on ice. He pours it just into a regular whiskey glass like this, drinks it just like that. So what it lacks in complexity and layered flavors, it makes up for in its purity. It has a slight fruitiness, just a hint of citrus. So there you go. So some aromas. You get a little bit of a citrus smell. And the unique taste rye brings to the whiskey equation think rye bread. But the smoothness is the selling point. I really like Knob Creek bourbon, and I happened to taste it side by side with the Dickel Rye, and suddenly it seemed harsh. That's not a knock on Knob Creek. It's a compliment to Dickel. So this guy's saying that the Knob Creek Rye is a little bit more rough than this. So this has to be exceptionally smooth. Because I believe I believe Knob Creek is around like $37 to $40 for a 750, and this is $22 to $25. So you're definitely getting a good price on this. It says, and Knob Creek makes a great rye themselves that I like even more than their bourbon, but I didn't have any around to compare. It says the new Dickel Rye is launching just in time for the holidays, and it's hard to imagine more bang for the buck in the whiskey world. Most rye this good is at least twice the price. So yeah, this stuff is definitely worth the price. The old number 8 whiskey, the sour mash, that I had was great. That was definitely a good alternative to Jack Daniels. So now I'm going to go for the taste, and now I'll tell you guys what taste I get with this. Okay, so right up front, you kind of get like a sweetness, and then you get that spice from the rye. It finishes pretty smooth, but you can definitely tell it's 45%. It's not bad though. It's really good. Let's see what else I can get from this. A little oaky. On the back of it, it says crafting our whiskey. Our smooth rye whiskey is inspired by the timeless traditions and small batch craftsmanship that makes our Tennessee whiskey world famous. Excuse me. This remarkable whiskey is crafted by distilling 95% rye whiskey. Among the highest rye contents whiskeys to be found, we think Dickel Rye Whisky is perfect for sipping and reckon it's the finest around. We hope you'll enjoy it too. So for a rating on this, I'm gonna give it an 8. With that being said, it's because the price is great. Usually rye whiskeys are going to cost you around $30. I mean, the Canadian Club one that I did, that was a little bit cheaper. That's around like $16, $20. That's a really good rye too. This is actually better than that. So yeah, a lot of Canadian whiskeys are rye, but I believe that this is, so yeah, this is the Tennessee whiskey, rye whiskey, I mean. And yeah, so now I got some Coca-Cola here, and I'm going to mix it. Tell you how it comes out. Yeah, overall, this is a great whiskey. It's definitely worth the price. My boss actually picked this up for me today, and I'm pretty happy that I picked it up. I don't think I couldn't find any other sizes. I only seen the nip in the 750 so far on the George Dickel. So yeah, let me go for a taste with the Coca-Cola added. Smell, the rye spice actually is brought out pretty well. It gives a pretty good aroma with the cola. So let me go for a taste on this. Wow, great flavor. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 mixed. It's definitely a great mixer. So yeah, you can mix this. You can pour this on rocks. You can sip it straight. So whatever you prefer, this is a perfect rye whiskey for whatever style drinking whiskey you prefer. You know what I mean? And yeah, there you have it. If there's any other liquor or beers that you'd like to see on my channel, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more upcoming videos on beer and liquor. Thanks for watching. Cheers.